What's up guys, Duke here from AO Moto. Just got back from running the Smoky Mountain 500 last weekend and I want to show you what I took with me and how I packed it. So this is how the bike was loaded for the trip. I've made a couple small changes. I changed out the VPS handguards for some jet handguards. Got those used on eBay. I don't love the yellow color, but you know, they were cheap. I also got some more open foot pegs. These are off a WR 450. They're just, they don't pack up with mud as easily, but the geometry is about the same. So let's pull all the camping gear off and go through it, show you what I took. So this is all my camping gear. It's a 50-liter dry duffel. I wanted a duffel so that I could, you know, have a big giant opening instead of a side loading bag. I had a Sea to Summit bag and it was great, but I had to be careful how I put my gear in there to make sure that the things I needed first would be at the end. With this bag, the opening's big enough, it doesn't really matter. So I just stick it down with a couple of these green chili Mondo straps. They're super sweet. I had rock straps and I like those fine, but the green chilies have these, I guess you can see it, these metal cam buckles you just press right there to release. The rock straps have this kind of strap where you got to reach in and squeeze it. Not really a problem, but it'll get sucked in the bag and it's hard to get your hands on there. So this is it. This is all my camping gear. I keep all my camping gear in here all the time. So if I want to go on a trip, I just grab the bag and that's it. The tools and medical live on the bike. So let's get set up and I'll show you what all's inside here. So this duffel bag, it's Amazon special. I was looking at the moto specific bags like the Tusk or the Nelson rig, and I know a lot of people have been using some of the Amazon bags, so I just thought I'd get on there and have a look. And this one stood out to me because the item description was intelligible. It was something you could read. It wasn't just a bunch of you know, nonsense bullet points with random symbols thrown in. So I figured it was maybe a legit company that was designing their own gear. I got on their website, at a good website, and found out they're made in Southern California. I'm sorry, they're designed in Southern California and they're made overseas. So this bag right now on Amazon is you know, 55 bucks. You can find it cheaper on sale sometimes, but yeah, fantastic. So far, thrilled with it. My only nitpick is it's got these little hooks right here, and it's for carrying. You can put a strap on it so you can use it like a normal duffel. I'd like for there to be 4 of these. It'd make it just a little bit more useful for moto travel, but you know, you can't have everything. Big giant cavernous opening. I don't have to be very careful about how I load gear into here. So I'm just going to start pulling things out. This is a Jungle Blanket XL from Snug Pack. It's a lot like a military poncho liner. It's just a little bit bigger. Really good. This this is good for me down to about 50 degrees if I have a pair of sweats. When it gets chilly, I'll throw some warming layers in a crash bar bag. And with those and this, I'm good to about 50. After that, I'll grab a quilt or a sleeping blanket or something. Tent. This is the MSR Hubba Hubba Bike Pack 2. I got it from my buddy Ben at Moto Camp Nerd. He's a good friend of mine. He and his wife Mary, they run a store here in North Carolina. They sell motorcycle camping gear. This tent is way nicer than what I need. I had a Kelty late start too. Didn't really have any complaints, but I wanted a tent that packed a little smaller. I wanted a rectangular floor. I wanted doors on both sides so I could make use of both vestibules. You know, this tent really fit the bill, and I was kind of waffling about the price. They're, you know, they're not inexpensive tents, and I'm not the type really to splurge on expensive things, but it's a new tent for them that they carry. So Ben told me take it, try it out on a trip, and so I did. I took it. I went rode some of the South Carolina adventure route, went to Maggie Valley, checked out Wheels Through Time. I spent 14 hours in this tent. I was at the museum, and a big storm rolled through and it messed up my plans. So I asked the Matt, the guy that runs the museum, if he knew of anywhere to camp. He said, yeah, go up on top of that mountain. Okay, cool. So I rode up to the top of the mountain, got my camp set up, and I was going to ride back down to get some food. And a big storm, big storm rolled in. So I just hunkered down in the tent. It rained, hailed, lots of lightning, fair amount of wind. It wasn't too bad, but you know, the tent was dry. It's big enough that I can pack all my gear up from inside the tent. So the next morning, I just packed everything I wanted back in this bag, put on my poncho, strapped the bag to the bike, broke the tent down, and I strapped the tent to the outside of the bag. All that to say, he wanted me to test the tent out, and I sure did, and I was very pleased with it. So I spent the money and got it. They're you know, small North Carolina business here, and I really want to see them succeed, so I don't feel bad about it. This is a footprint. This is not something you got to have, but it sure is handy. Gives you a little peace of mind when you're setting up on rocks. Also, this one in particular is just a rectangle polyester footprint. You can use it for, you know, kind of like a tarp. You can stretch it out and do some work on it if you know, got to do some work on your bike or something. So big fan of that. I usually carry a tarp, but you know, having this, I don't really see the need. It's kind of redundant. All right, we're getting into some other new items. This is the Boundary Deluxe pillow. I had a Nemo pillow. It's just packed a little bit bigger than I wanted. I was looking at the Sea to Summit. I think it's the Aeros, it's the pillow that packs real small that everyone likes. But to me, it kind of feels stiff. You know, it feels like a kind of a hard bag with fabric around it. This one has a little bit of stretch. It packs about the same size. The price is good, so got this to give a try, and it's fantastic. I also picked up a new sleeping pad for similar reasons. I have it's the model before the Boundary Deluxe. I forget what it's called, but 30 by 78, really well insulated. It packs big though. For what it is, it packs pretty small, but compared to this, it packs big. This is the new model Repeat SL. If you're buying used or, you know, cruising eBay like I do sometimes, the Repeat had an update, and the new one packs smaller, and I think the R value's a little higher. But you know, if you're shopping used and you want the smallest packing Repeat you can get, try to find out if it's the new one or the old one. Fantastic, super comfortable, no complaints. Food, also a lot of this stuff's from my buddy's store, but yeah, I took 3 dehydrated meals. I only used one of them. We're always stopping at, you know, you got to get gas every day, and it's always nice to hop into a local diner or something, so I don't need to carry much food. Camp shoes. These are, you know, just some slip-on shoes I can wear around camp. I like taking sandals and stuff, but I much prefer a regular shoe, something you can walk in and be comfortable. I'm always nervous about, you know, catching a stick with my toe or something. So yeah, some camp slippers. My buddy had some kind of like these, and I was like, man, those are perfect for what I want to do. Went to the store to get some, and they're over $100, and I couldn't bring myself to pay $100 for slippers. So I got on eBay, got a set of these. They were $20. They were used, of course, but you know, I stuck them in the washer. No complaints. They pack down nice and small. Really good item to have. It's camp shoes. Toiletries, just, you know, toilet paper, wipes, some toothbrush, all that kind of stuff. This is just a little bag of knickknacks, things that don't really have a home. Camp lantern. When I first saw these, I saw someone using a camp lantern. I thought it was rather silly, but 10 turns out it really is nice, especially when it's hot and you don't have a fire. You just want some ambient lighting to hang around, or if you do any winter camping. Yeah, camp lantern, pretty cool. I do have one gripe with this one. The gripe is the button's right here and the button sits flush, so you can't, you know, it's kind of hard to feel. And this shape right here on the housing is the same here and here, but there's no button here and here. So at night, it can be annoying reaching up trying to find the button. Not a big enough deal to make me get a different one, but you know, it's kind of annoying. Little pump. This pump's great. You can pump your mattress up, your pillow up. I also thought these were kind of silly until I was at the Palmetto Adventure Rally, and my buddy Larry, he has a YouTube channel, ADV Larry. I saw him using his pump to deflate his sleeping bag, or his sleeping pad rather. And I thought that was pretty slick, because my least favorite part of camp is breaking up or breaking down, and probably my least favorite part of that is rolling up the sleeping pad, trying to get all the air out of it so it packs small. So this, you can just stick it on there, turn it on, it'll suck all the air out of your pad, and you can even roll your pad up while it's sucking. Makes it really easy to clean out your, or to empty your pad. Headlamp, pick your poison. There's a ton of these. This is one that Ben sells. I've had this one before I met Ben, but cool headlamp. Coffee. I like the little coffee that's in a tea bag, so you just heat up your water, stick it in there, you know, pretend you're British or something, let it steep a while, and then have some coffee. Spoon. I always thought titanium spoons were kind of silly. Why would you spend money on a spoon? You can get spoons at any gas station or fast food joint. Just take a plastic spoon. But then I found this laying on the ground at a rally. Everyone was gone pretty much. I was there helping Ben pack up a little. So I grabbed this, washed it. It's great. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it is nice to have one that you keep up with and care about, and you're not always, you know, it doesn't get thrown away or anything. The little plastic ones, I would, you know, they get real dirty. I'd toss them thinking, oh, I'll pick another one up, and then next thing you know, I'm at camp and I have no spoon. But yeah, this is just random stuff. These little bags, if you get on Amazon and look up like tactical bag or something like that, you can find bags in this form factor. You get a 3-pack for pretty cheap. They're really good. My stove and cook kit. This is just a titanium stove. I don't want to take it all apart, but it's just a maxi titanium stove with it has a little pot that nests on it. The big pot's 750 milliliters. This one I think is, I don't know, 400, something like that. A Sea to Summit little collapsible cup fits on the top just right. You know, so inside I keep my stove, fuel, a little rag, and a lighter. I always have that lighter. I keep one in the tank bag too, because it sure is a bummer not to have a lighter. What's funny about this stove is I ordered it on Amazon because I wanted this nesting cup, and at the time Ben didn't sell one like this, so I ordered it, and literally the day it came in, I saw on Instagram that he had gotten some new pots in, and this is them. Maxi. He says that the owner of Maxi is the brother of the guy from Tokes. You know, they know how to make pots. But yeah, this one, it's good to go. I used to carry a pan. I don't carry a pan anymore. If I want to cook a steak or something, I'll just cook it right on the coals. Look up caveman steak on YouTube. You'll see a lot of people doing it. It's a really easy way to cook a steak in the bush. This is just electronics, you know, power bank, some cables. I keep my little pad repair kit and a piece of gear repair tape in there. There's yet another lighter. This little bag came from Marshall's or Ross, maybe not Ross, I don't know, those like discount resellers. It's a really good place to get little travel items like bags and packing cubes, stuff like that. They actually, last time I was in there, they had the camp towels, like the folding camp towels that everyone uses. They had those in there for $4. If I didn't already have one, I'd have grabbed one of those. Clothes, again, packing cubes from Marshall's. I don't carry many clothes. I carry a pair of pants, 2 pairs of shirts. Sorry, pair of pants. Couple spare pair of undergarments. Couple pairs of socks. Couple t-shirts, and it all fits in here. When it's a little chilly, I'll add some sweats or a puffy jacket or something like that. We're getting down to the end of it here. This is a camp chair. Not something you gotta have, but it is nice to have a nice comfortable place to sit and camp and chill out. I had a chair from Rocky Mountain ATV, the Tusk brand chair, and it was okay. It had plastic hubs where all the poles connect. I didn't care for that, being a big dude. And also the hem, where they stitched the hem on, they missed some fabric and it was starting to come apart. But one day I walked into the Moto Camp Nerd store and Ben just handed me a chair and said, "Here you go, man. Thanks for helping out at rallies and stuff." So my chair was okay. I didn't have any plans to buy one, but I sure as heck am glad to have this. So thanks for that, Ben. It's a nice upgrade. And then the last piece of equipment, I guess, is just a flexible cutting mat. I use this for, cooking around camp, or a plate, or, whatever. It just takes up hardly any space and weighs basically nothing. So yeah, that's it. So that's everything I had on the Smoky Mountain 500. With all this stuff, I'm comfortable. I'm good for, a few days, a week. I'd take exactly the same thing. Yep. That's it. Well, I hope you gained something from this, or at least got some ideas. It's a little unorthodox for motorcycle luggage, but works well for me, and I'm very pleased with it. So thanks for watching.